Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's Q&A session. Before I even go into ODYS, this guy needs a shout out. He is first every fucking week. Every week, Fred is first in the comments. Fred,
thanks, Fred.
We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you.
We do.
But Adam Poland is also here. But guys, do check out ODYS. I know I say it every week because I kind of have to. However, they do have 50% cashback on any domains that you buy. So you get cashback into your account. So, for example, if you buy a domain at $2,000, you're going to get $1,000 credit put back into your account straight away, which you can then use to buy your next domain. And you can do that unlimited time. So, yeah, free money. There's free money there to be had. So, 50%, guys. The link is below. Do check out ODYS. The deal has already started. Started at the start of this week and finishes on the 3rd of December. So, take advantage. But Chris, talking about Black Friday, have you got anything?
Yeah, I do. I'm putting a page together now. When you land on the homepage, though, there'll be a box that'll say Black Friday. So www.seomastermind.org. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bundle everything together plus the GMB verification. As a jump to try to get the local SEO testing group increased with some numbers. But I mean, the draw is going to be the verification. But that's the goal, is to get some people into the group that care about maps and local.
Yeah. Have you noticed this year, like in previous years, people used to roll out a course or something. Everyone's really rolling out everything this year. Like fucking everyone's got like deals coming out from all angles, like covering everything. So it's going to be a crazy ass year, I think. Everyone, like people that come to me saying, "Can you promote this? Can you promote that?" I'm just like, "Fuck!" Like you're literally discounting everything that you do. So people are going all out. But guys, do check out my Black Friday deals page. Chris, do message me if you want listed on there. Check out my Black Friday SEO deals page. Just Google Black Friday SEO deals. I should be near the top-ish, and you'll see what deals I've currently got listed. And there will be a few more to be added. So do check that out, guys. But we are here to answer your questions. So make sure you do put your questions in the chat.
Number one.
If you're in Facebook, LinkedIn, or any other platform, and you don't see us answering your question, if you can just jump into YouTube and do it. Sometimes it doesn't pull across from other platforms into here. You need to allow, there's certain settings that you need to allow access before your computer will allow that to pull across. So if you don't see your question coming up within 5-10 minutes, do make sure that you jump onto YouTube and ask the question, because that's it raw right in there. So because I know loads of guys like Craig, you keep not answering my question. I'm like, I never saw your question, dude. Like, so yeah, I think there is sometimes problems with StreamYard pulling stuff over, but Monsieur is here. Monsieur looks like a new guy, unless you've changed your name, Monsieur. Adam Poland, Fred Hutterson, but it's quite quiet this week as well. Who else is there? Are you guys? This Thanksgiving starts tomorrow, right?
Yep.
So there wouldn't be like a pre-Thanksgiving party or anything like that, is there?
Wow, is it? Wait, tomorrow's Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Oh man, dude.
Come on, dude. You're American.
I know, bro, but dude, man, I was away for a freaking week, dude. I mean, look at me. I got wrinkles, dude. I've been up for freaking days.
Live IRL fan, David Hennessy, Stacey McAdams, scary Stacey McAdams,
Damn,
That
I
is
didn't
the
even know.
scariest picture. And Adam Poland. So there are people here, but yeah, Thanksgiving is tomorrow, and then Black Friday is on Friday, which I absolutely love. So yeah, you've
I gotta
got
get with the
to.
program here. Wow, I didn't. Man, that happened so fast, boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, the year has literally flown
Man,
in, man. Like just
it
another
was a
year
pretty good
gone.
year though. Didn't you think so?
Yeah, I can't.
I did
I,
a great year.
listen, out with the not getting a holiday and stuff. I think we've had a good year here in Scotland, weather-wise, and things kind of going back to semi-normality and stuff. So business is good. So yeah, I've had a good year, man. I just don't like getting old. That's a problem for me.
Yeah, I
No
can't blame
holiday
you.
today. So Glenart, Southern California, or CA. That is CA, California.
CA California. That's it.
Yeah. See, I'm learning. Tomorrow is Turkey Day in the USA. No holiday today. I didn't know
Wow.
how you guys done it. We normally have when there's a day, we normally have something the day before and the day after in the UK because we're greedy like that. But Chris Alec is here. But guys, do ask your questions, get your questions in, and we will take advantage of Chris Palmer's knowledge and any knowledge that I might have as well. So
Yeah, because I'll start asking Craig questions if you guys don't, because I got a freaking list here. Let me find it. I'll get something answered in here. We'll get going here.
Adam Poland has got one so far. Any recommended deals on good SEO software for Black Friday? Whilst it's really hard to say what suits you personally, Adam, pretty much every software provider will have a Black Friday deal. It's just you going. Some, what I would say is some don't announce it till like tomorrow. They're quite clever. They don't want to do whatever, but they literally launch it like the day before. So keep an eye out on it. But I would be astounded if there was anyone who's not doing something, on Black Friday. So I think you'll pretty much get what you're looking for, Adam. Just hang out till the Friday. Obviously, I've got a Black Friday deals page, but I'm only putting on tools that I've tested and tried and stuff like that. I can't talk for every tool or software in the planet. So there will be hundreds out there, and certainly there's many that I've never even touched. So, Chris, do you have any? Because I know you're a big software guy, tool guy. If you get any, you've got your eyes on.
Well, no, the ones that I wanted, they weren't really doing anything. I mean, the group buy guy was giving up a really sweet deal for the yearly, so I got in on that. I was hoping to get like some type of lifetime or 50% off for like some of these AI tools, but the two that I was really looking at weren't really giving it up how I wanted it. So other than that, that was pretty much it. I was taking a look at SEO Autopilot because I really want to test it out and play with it. But I didn't. It didn't tickle my fancy as of yet. I am looking at the other one that's kind of like SEO Autopilot.
Money Robot?
Nah, not Money Robot. I bought that one. The other one. Dang, I can't think of the top of my head. It's an old school tool. Not XRummer, not GSA.
Ranker X?
No. What's that one? What's that called?
Ranker X.
Oh, Ranker X. That's it.
Yeah,
Ranker X. I didn't see anything yet, but I didn't check today.
Stacey McAdams is saying that AppSumo have some great deals right now as well. So check that out. But Grubba Panda PL, I recently added 10 subpages for SEO and they get ranked fast, like position 10 to 30. But after, let's say, a week or two, they are position plus 100. Will de-indexing non-important news and other non-SEO subpages help? And he's also went on to say, that never happened to me, but I noticed that on this website that there's a lot of useless pages that are indexed but don't matter for SEO. So what I would say, obviously it's hard, Grubber, to talk about this instance without seeing it. However, I would make sure that pages that were designed for SEO to rank well on my own website are accessible by the search engines. And if there is something like a privacy policy or non-SEO pages, they can be no indexed. They don't have to be eating up your crawl budget. So hopefully that helps. But Chris, so he's added 10 sub pages, and they went up quickly and then had a dip. Is that normal in your opinion?
Generally, at very first, a lot of them will shoot right up. But obviously, you didn't get any clicks to them or any traffic to them. So I do see that a lot. If you don't, during that like testing in the very beginning, they'll shoot up. But if you don't get any eyeballs on them relatively quickly, they will fall back down, to their rightful position, we'll say. So no, that's normal. I think that's perfectly normal.
Yeah.
Unless you're in local markets or super long, like long tail keywords, sometimes they'll stick around, but that's up to you.
Yeah. Hopefully that helps. But without seeing it, it's hard to give you a straight answer. But Dave Hennessy, Chris aged about 10 years when you broke the news that Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. That stinks. I was planning for tomorrow. I had a big day planned for tomorrow. I was thinking I was meeting with my group. I didn't even think of it. I thought it was this weekend, actually. So screwed up my plans.
So you're still going to be doing your group stuff even though it's Thanksgiving?
I was going to. Yeah, I was going to. Yeah, maybe not. I'm going to talk to my wife and see if we're going anywhere tomorrow.
Talk to the real boss. So Theo or Stud Muffin 30, thoughts on the new Google Search Console update? You get anything to input on that?
No, I like it. I mean, I don't have any qualms against it. I like it. I don't think why. What do you think about it, Stud Muffin? What do you think, Craig? I think it's good.
Stud Muffin had a problem where, for some reason, all of the websites that he has disconnected from Search Console. Now, was that because of the update? Was it because of something else? I'm not so sure, but has anyone else seen that? Because he was asking me today, and I'm like, either way, I don't know what done it, and we don't really need to understand what done it, just make sure they're connected again. Just it could have been a glitch. It could have been an intermittent issue, but who knows? But yeah, Google Search. I mean, to be honest, Chris, how often do you use Google Search Console? Is it something you use daily?
Nah, probably going there once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really.
I'm similar. I don't like, unless there's a known, like, I suspect there's a problem of some kind with the website. I'm not in there every other day. But Search Console is what it is.
Yeah.
Randy is here. Gobble gobble. I'm not sure what you mean by gobble gobble, but gobble means something completely different over here in the UK, Randy. So, yeah, gobble gobble, Randy.
Yeah.
But yeah, but on the Search Console stuff, I don't know what could have happened with that particular one, but yeah, it disconnected, and it was a number of different websites that disconnected. So it can only really be a glitch with Google Search Console or something like that. Turkey Talk, Randy says.
Turkey Talk
is talking about turkey noises. Do you know how to do a turkey noise, Chris?
Probably not successfully, but I can hear it in my mind, like like probably not.
I didn't even think you were going to attempt it.
Oh,
Mike
not?
Barus. I love the shades, Mike. I like big shades. They are good. Hey guys, is there some money robot deal? Let me check. Just go to the website, to be honest.
I think there is.
And it should be plastered on the homepage somewhere.
$4.97. And if they're not, I'm sure that they're giving it up somewhere. You know?
Yeah, there's nothing on there right now, but that doesn't mean there won't be. They might just hang off. Yeah, I mean, there's certain tools out there that won't do a discount because they don't need to, but most of them will. Most of them will, but some of the big boys never give a discount. Chris, this is more a question for you. What's your top tip to rank with a GMB?
The top tip to rank for a GMB.
The one, I'm going to force you here. You're only allowed to do one trick to move the needle the quickest on that. What would be the only thing you could do? If I said, Chris, here's a GMB, make that fucker go up there. You can only do one thing.
Well, that depends on if it's brand new or if it's established.
Let's say it's brand new, just for the example's sake.
Well, if it's brand new, then the number one thing that I would definitely do is, brand new kind of sucks. I would have to do two things: get the keyword in the name of the business and start running over traffic for brand.
Cool. And what if it was an old one, an aged one?
So if it was aged, then I would download the insights and figure out which keywords that are low on the totem pole, and I would start increasing those keywords as far as traffic is concerned. And it doesn't necessarily need to be clicks, it just needs to be queries, but I want to spike those queries up like a lot.
Benjamin, I nipped in there. Benjamin's asking, what if it's already established? So, yeah, don't worry, Benjamin. I'm getting it out of him.
Yeah, if it's already established, you need to go inside your insights. Up at the top, they've changed it around, so I'm sure you've noticed. So go up to performance and get the list. So your primary list is going to be your brand and the primary keywords. But if you go to like page 2, page 3, depending on how many keywords you have, the ones that are -10, these are the words that I've seen that we need to concentrate on. Once we can start increasing those, now we start seeing results. You know, like I've seen, like I was sitting with a pretty hard client sitting at 11, and I've been able to get up to 4 now, just by running straight queries to those particular keywords.
Interesting. Next one is from Rahul. Is the Quora software worth the price?
Well, that's debatable. I think that it's worth the price depending on, you know, like I talk to people that are in the Philippines and they simply just can't, you know, it's totally worth it. But to them, that's, you know, a quarter of their monthly earnings. So, you know, for a business owner, definitely. Like in the United States, sure. But in a lot of places that I talk to, they simply just can't come to that.
Yeah, I think it's you can't really say anything bad about the Quora software. It's in depth, and Ted is a very, very smart guy. And, you know, I think if you can take advantage of any data that this gives you, and you can understand that data, it can give you the competitive edge, for sure. But worth the price, as Chris says, depending on where you are in the world. Even, you know, there's a lot of guys in certain parts of the world who think SEMrush at $99 a month is expensive. So, you know, it just comes down to what you can afford in the country you're living in. So, but as I say, the data in there is top notch. So if you want the best, it's like saying, is a Ferrari worth it? You know, it's
That's it, man.
We all want one anyway, so that's what we all strive to be at. And again, if you want to have the best data and the best, understanding of how things work, then Quora is your
go-to
tool
for sure.
Sashay, my website is stuck at 21 position for a 14,000 searches a month keyword. It is medium competition. Any suggestions?
21st position. So top of third page. Yes. Top of third page tells me you don't have enough authority. So I think some of the first steps that I would take is increasing the amount of internal links going to that page. Is it top level? I'd take a look at structure. How many internal links do I have going to that page? Have I properly tuned that page optimally? Have you used pop on it? Or, have you counted correctly as far as on page is concerned? Increased internal links. And then I think the obvious thing is going to be you're lacking authority. So it sounds to me like 14,000 monthly probably needs some, a lot of high powered links is what I would venture to guess. So start link building, take care of your internal links, and I'd retune the page. I'd retune the page and see if I got a jump, because you should be able to hit second page with proper tuning, depending on the overall authority of the site.
Yeah.
That would be what I would do. How about you, Craig?
I think, what you're saying, it just doesn't smack of something that's got a whole bunch of authority. And that's the first thing I would be looking at. Between that and optimizing your own page and adding to it and analyzing what the guys in page one have got, that you don't, using a surfer, a page optimizer tool, or something similar to analyze your own page. Because again, you might argue that you've already got decent links and it's poor on page that's got you to that position. So there's not much else you can really add. It's a cross between lack of authority and potentially lack of good on page and internal links. So it is what it is. And as I say, there's tools out there that can make that really easy for you to implement. So is that a case of doing a bit of both? It probably is if you're on page 3. So yeah, you want to do that. But a follow-up question from Adam Poland. It's always controversial. Actually, I can't remember where it was I was talking, but somehow I was in a panel discussion, and I think I was hosting it, and Mihal from Surfer was there, and Kyle Roof from POP were there, and I actually put the question to them both. I'm like, what one's better? Like, you just see their faces like, fuck. But again, I think they're both great tools. I like both people. The fairest thing I can really say between the two tools is I think Surfer is probably more pleasing in the eye in terms of maybe what you would showcase to a client and all that stuff. If you're doing client work, it's quite easy to do it. I think POP is a little, the user interface is a little bit rougher. But that's just my honest assessment. I think they both provide a wealth of knowledge, and I'm not going to lie, I use POP more than Surfer purely because I've used POP for a long time, and it's more of a loyalty thing and a creature of habit type thing as well. So I've stuck by POP. Not to take anything away from Surfer, though. I think what they've done there is amazing as well. So I played around with Surfer as well. But again, do I need all that fancy looking interface? I'm used to the
list.
What I'm used to. So what would you say on this, Chris?
So, opinion is irrelevant. I've tested them. So I could take 100%. I can spoof Surfer much easier than I can Page Optimizer Pro. I could take the suggestions and the headings and add them in and get 100%. So that's one thing. With that being said, I've taken documents and I did it live on the channel. taken documents that were 100% inside of Surfer and moved it over to Page Optimizer and got a 72%. But even farther from that, I had a page that was optimized, and I looked at them. I optimized with Surfer, saw what would happen, and then later on, like months later, I got Page Optimizer and optimized it, and it rose it up. So for me, in my opinion, one's UI is definitely leagues above the other. However, as far as the calculations and the math, and from like just what I know and how I normally would count, I do like Page Optimizer a little bit better.
Interesting. Always good to have different feedback and have people's opinions based on their real life experience. So fair play. Stacey is saying Kyle and Ted have way better data and experience behind their tool.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Can't deny that. Yeah.
Kyle and Ted, very smart guys. Equally, the guys at Suffer are very smart as well. So,
oh yeah,
healthy competition, and it's good for our industry. You know, to try one, try the other, and use whatever one we feel fits into our thing.
I would like to see though. Okay, Surfer's revenue versus Pop's revenue. You know, I would be interested to know that. You know, that would be fun.
I would probably hazard a guess that Suffer would crush POP in terms of revenue purely because it's marketed more.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is what it is. But as I say, they're all great people. So I'm not wanting to sit here and slam anyone at all.
No.
It's not what I'm about. But yeah, they're both a credit to the industry and both tools. So yeah, Rahul, can you recommend some group buy tools? Presently, I'm using ToolSurf. I'm not a huge fan of group buys. You know, there's guys out there with smaller tools and right. No, I forget about that. I was going to say, like, I've done courses and stuff before, and I hate people ripping them off. So, you know, if I'm selling a course and I put the time and effort into developing that course, and then someone goes and steals it and puts up somewhere else for free or a cheap price, that's really frustrating. I think what Stacey has basically put in here is spend the money, don't undercut people. I think paying the tools directly will help people. Listen, I've had my back against the wall and had to do things and all that stuff. You know, you've got to do what you need to do. However, I think paying for the tools just helps them develop better and become better and all of that kind of stuff. So it helps the economy and everything else. So I'm not a fan of group buys, but Chris, you played with some group buys before?
Yeah, there are tools that I pay for, you know, but
let's be honest, none of us want to fucking pay for the tool.
Yeah, like there are tools that I pay for. Like there's two tools that I pay for, and I think that they're worth paying for. But some of those other larger tools that I really need the access, and I don't want to have 3 accounts, you know, 200 a pop or whatever they are. It is, you know, it's essential to a business, and it, you know, I like having them for dirt cheap. I'm not gonna lie, you know, I use them. I like them. I like to have access to 20 different tools for 20 a month. I like that. I enjoy that. I like to be able to just, I think I'll use Moz. I think I'll use Ahrefs or SEMrush, or I think I'll go down here and go down the SERP Scoop or whatever, you know, SpyFu. I'll play with this one today. It's fun.
So, you know? Purely for educational reasons,
of course,
which I've stolen from you, where would you buy something like that for access to all the tools for $20?
Well, I think that I think that there's a little bit of a hurdle in order to get in. You know, I won't tell you the hurdle, but it's easy. As long as you're friends with somebody, right, that's within this group, I think I would go for Flickover. I think that's the creme de la creme of group buys, in my opinion. I think they're the best. That's who I've been using since the dawn of time, I think.
Hopefully that helps you.
And they're running a special.
You've got a Black Friday discount.
Just going on a discount.
Yeah,
it's crazy,
it's
dude.
50% cheaper. So it's,
Dude, it's like $1.80 for a year.
10.
$180 for the whole year.
Oh,
About
man.
2.5 years.
Ryan has a question. He wants to start lead gen with GMBs on a website. Any tracking software recommendations and other tools? Should I get leads first before getting a client? So, lead gen, do you rank the site first, get leads, and then get the client? Or do you provision, like, dude, would you buy these leads and then go away and do the work?
So I've done both. I think what I'm looking for is I want to guarantee that there's a buyer for those leads first. I want to know how much the raws are worth. I want to know what I'm going to get on the lead. I want to talk to the guy, like, is there a platform in place? I would go out and seek the money first. And then, because you might be like, oh, pest control is paying $18 for a 40-second raw. But hey, if I go down here to scalp permutation, I can get $72 a lead and it's only a 20-second raw. I think I'll go with that one, So I'd find the money first and then do the work.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. You have to have those conversations. As stupidly, Ryan, years ago, when exact match domains used to rank really well, just by throwing a page up, I used to have everything, plumbers, whatever. And there was just certain niches where I would rank the thing and then approach people and they're like, yeah, I'm really interested in your leads, but I don't want to fucking pay you for them. And you're just like, what the hell? So there's just certain niches there where dudes just don't want to pay for leads. So I think having that conversation and getting a feel for the what money you can make and all that will determine how much time and effort you should put into a particular project. So and you'll be amazed. Like I done it with double glazing companies as well, because double glazing's like average sale value 4 or 5k, and thought, yeah, we'll try that, but the guys couldn't fucking answer the phone properly, so we tracked their calls and everything, and the dudes just weren't answering the phone, and then when they were just terrible, and then the guys would then come to us and say, I'm not paying you for the 20 leads you've supplied, and we're like, well, why not? Because they didn't convert into customers. And you're like, but that's your job to convert them into customers. We provided you with someone I want some double glazing, and you fucked it up because of your shit sales pattern. Right. So you have to have conversations with people before you go down that, because it's just a whole bunch of wasted time otherwise. Ryan goes on to ask, is GMB sensible to use for this, or would you recommend just phoning people? I think you've got to have conversations. If you're talking about doing the deal with someone who's going to buy your leads, then picking up the phone, going through LinkedIn, whatever way you have to probe them to talk to them, is the sensible way to do it. But I'm not sure what you mean by, is GMB sensible to use for this?
I mean, it's definitely a viable asset for the aid of generating a lead, for sure. I think it's probably one of the number one ways, actually, for local at least. I'm sure there's other leads that can be generated, but that aren't utilizing GMB.
Yeah. There's ways all over the place. But guys, also make sure you do give us a like or a dislike on the video if you're enjoying the content, if you can. And and Ryan basically meant, is GMB good to get the leads? Yes. Listen, I actually seen Jordan Pierce last night say he's now down to 3 website assets, and all of them are GMBs, no websites. Now, I don't know if he was kidding or not, but there are literally guys out there who don't even have fucking websites. They literally just generate leads through the GMBs. Nothing more. You don't need a website. You don't need nothing other than the GMB. And if you can get out of Chris what his instant verification method is, then you're pretty much golden. You can do as many of these as you please. So yeah, you do want to check out Chris. I know he's not going to instantly drop it in any conversation, but he does a lot of teasing round about it. And you are dropping it somewhere at some point, aren't you?
Oh yeah. So on it, www.seomastermind.org. Yeah, I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to send you over a Facebook. So, I mean, if I can make the page, that would be cool. Yeah.
And there is Glenart, 2 GMBs, very small company in Detroit, gives them 150 calls per month for 0. So that says it all, really. Jake Scott is here. Yo, Jake, you need to get into GMBs if you want to do lead gen. It's insane. Scott Latham, how are you? And what's today's tipple, Chris? What are you drinking?
Today I'm drinking, I was drinking, I had 2 raspberry infused waters, and then I followed that up with some Rockstar Energy. So this was today's, beverage choice. That's about it.
I just like how you're looking about to see if there was anything else lying around.
Yeah, usually I have my gallon jug right here, but I guess I took it in the room in there, and I must have forgot it. As I go in there and fill it up, I bought a what's it called? A reverse osmosis system.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I didn't have to keep buying jugs. But the water comes out. Oh, it's delicious. It's crystal clean. It's so good.
Madness. Anyway, Vijaya.
How to come on the first page.
Should I just remove that right now? We get what you're saying, Vijaya.
Yeah.
How to get onto the first page. You're going to have to watch a whole bunch of other videos. I've got a bunch of videos. Chris Palmer, SEO, if you put him into YouTube, has a bunch of videos. There's so many different things that you have to do in order to get in page 1. So whether that be link building, content, internal links, blah, 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 you're going to have to go and watch a whole bunch of other stuff, which a combination of all of that is going to get you onto page 1. So how to get to page 1 is not a valid question, because it's something you could debate for the next 10 hours back and forth and go into all these things. So if you are going to ask questions, make sure they are specific to a part of SEO so that we can give you a solid answer. But how to get to page 1, just go and watch some videos on either channel or both channels, whatever, and you'll get a bigger picture of what is required to help you rank well on Google. Hopefully that helps you.
And then after watching 4,000 videos, you'll come to the realization that, I know why it's $1,500 a month.
Yeah. If not more.
Or more. Yeah. Or more.
Yeah, it's madness. Jake Scott, get your questions in, guys. Keep your questions coming. I know it's the day before Thanksgiving, but Scott Latham is asking, are you powering up PR? If so, how? Yes, if I get a PR, then I'm blasting the shit out of it. With an SEO Autopilot or similar, I don't really care for the PR websites, which is why I would just throw the kitchen sink at it. So
Hang on, Randy's not in here.
Sorry, Randy. You hear that? But yeah, listen, the reality is that's what everyone's doing. So I'm pretty sure Randy, I'm not sure if he does power up stuff or not as part of an additional service. I might be wrong, but everyone knows that that's going on. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm powering that shit up with some automated stuff, Scott. And you're not going to. I wouldn't be building guest posts or niche edits to garbage like that. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Stack them up, link them to each other, do 2 or 3 in a row, with varying keywords. And then when you get that PDF export, do a nice little distribution. And once you get that distribution, pick out your best do follows that are within the list. So if you did probably a distro of 250, probably be about 40 good links in there. Take that, and I think it's a good place. You know, after the PDF distribution, I think that's when those automated tools come in really handy. For sure. Yeah.
For sure. What service do you suggest for press releases? So,
Randy?
Depends on where in the world you are. Like Randy Roday, which is 38 Digital Market. They're actually on my Black Friday SEO deals page. You can actually buy one, get one free, I think. It's either that or buy one, get one half price. There's a deal on it anyway, 38 Digital Market. So you can try him. You've got magicpr.com. And I think there's one other one, Spine PR, which is also on my Black Friday page. So those are the 3 ones that I have used and guys that I know do a good job. You know, some of them have got different inventory and stuff like that. So, yeah. Chris, have you got anything to add?
I mean, I use a gentleman that distributes it for me. But I think Randy has just as good a service, if not better than what I have or anybody. And I think he can get some of the good links. So,
and there's Randy there. Go to my page and get yourself a deal. The deal is on there, so just check it out. I will. Give me a second. Black Friday SEO deals. I will put the link up. Jesus. I'll not get rid of that cough yet from COVID, which is a pain in the ass. But I put my Black Friday SEO deals URL up here, so it's in the chat, guys. Honey, I haven't seen your question. Apologies, it's not came through. If you could please repeat it, we will answer it. No problem at all, honey. Going back to Adam Poland, would you guys recommend having your main keyword for a page in the header 1, header 2, and header 3 on the page? Do you mean repeating that main keyword in all 3 of those?
In some cases, maybe, but not always. I don't think the on page should be. I don't think it should be the same for every single page. I'm not always going to put it in those places. A lot of times I might, but there's generally that's going to be a variation or a related or match type keyword, perhaps. I wouldn't just, if I want to win SEO company, I'm not going to do SEO company, SEO company, SEO company, SEO company. I might do SEO companies, SEO company near me. So hopefully that helps you, Adam.
Yeah. Jake Scott, what's the best foundational links to buy for a fresh domain name? You can go to Links for You. You can buy PR releases. You want citations. You want to mix it all up. There's not a case of go and buy guest posts from Links for You, and that's the be all and end all of it. First for a fresh domain name, you want to build some citations and maybe try and help your GMB and everything out with that as well. I think that's a good foundational link. Potentially you want to try and build a brand and do some PR releases and build up a bit of power from that. You do want guest posts, you do want niche edits, you do want anything else that's available out there, including Harrow outreach, whatever it might be. There's just so many different things, but no one tactic is the best. It's really up to you, but I would certainly go, depending on what you're going for, citations is pretty much always first in my list. With a fresh domain name, it's just part of the process. Go get some citations, sort the GMB and then, you know, get some content on and start to maybe do some PR to build up some of the metrics, and then hone in with some guest posts, you know, going to some of your pages that you want to prop up. So that's roughly how I look at it. But are you looking at a different way, Chris? What do you do?
Foundational links for me are, in local markets at least, are the press releases, are the citations, are those initial branded Web 2.0s, and pretty much anything else that I could get to just help build that burst, that first 100, that first 200 links. But no, I think it's the same approach, really.
Happy Thanksgiving, Stephen Buchanan. And Adam Poland, yeah. So he said yes. Anyway, I'm just scrolling down again. On your face, gaming, how to build backlink, give a tutorial with outreach to get full case study, and how every step do. Please share, I request you. We can't do that on here and do a case study. It's a question and answer session. There is tons of case studies on how to do this, how to do that, both on my channel and this man's channel. Do you have case studies on there as well, Chris?
I don't label them as case studies, but really that's what they are in a lot of cases. Yeah. I should, though, because that's a nice keyword. I notice a lot of like diggity in them. That's what a keyword they like to target. So maybe I will start doing that, actually.
Yeah. Right. Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate it. And hope you guys have an amazing day. Well, I don't think you're in America, Stephen, but have a good Thanksgiving anyway. And do appreciate the donations, guys. Jack Keeling, any advice for someone looking to start their own digital marketing business? Things to avoid and any quick wins or shortcuts to get you started. Cheers, fellas. Run. Don't do it. Do not do it. Nah, I'm only kidding. Starting your own digital marketing business. It depends what you mean by digital marketing business. Is that an agency? So let us know. Come back to us, Jack, and tell us, is it an agency? Are you trying to sell to clients? Or are you a guy that's going to be able to supply, you know, content, links, something else, whatever, technical audits? Because digital marketing business could mean a lot of different things. And that way, I've done pretty much everything. I've had an agency and I can tell you things to avoid and quick wins. But yeah, let us know what type of work you're trying to sell, and we'll probably be able to give you a better answer on that. So come back to us, Jack. Glenart, what is your opinion on keyword stuffing in the SEO title tag? I am thinking of using 4 or 5 slight derivatives of the, is that how you say that? Of the main long tail keyword I'm trying to rank for. So do you stuff there, Chris, or do you use other areas to hone in on your keywords?
Well, I mean, I would assume maybe you've seen I do. I think that's an excellent place to put some extra keywords in, right? But more so, like, let's say we want to go for SEO company. I do SEO companies, SEO companies. I might do SEO. You know, yes, I would, but I wouldn't get too far off the base is what I'm trying to get at, right? So I might put SEO agency, you know, stuff like that. I wouldn't get too far off the main base, though. But another thing, too, that works very, very well that a lot of people don't do is taking the entire article and putting that in as a meta description. I've been playing around with that recently, and that's a very interesting strategy.
Interesting.
And then build out your disambiguation within schema. Oh, yeah. Very interesting. Yep. Won some fun keywords for some massagers recently by doing this And that was the only change. And it was actually brought to me by someone else on the team. He lives in Sweden. And that's something that he was doing. And they've been grabbing. Yeah. So I've been playing around with that a little bit as I'm helping them. And I'm helping myself to his info.
That's like a real fucked up flaw if that works. Like that's fuck. Not something I've tried personally, but yeah, nothing surprises me though.
Well, grab a page that, for fun, that where it's ranking at, like page 3 or 4, because your site's pretty powerful. So I don't know how many of those you have, but I'm sure you have other sites. Take the whole article and toss it in there, and then go right over, name the article, name the page, right, and then do the disambiguation, and then just watch it. Don't do anything else, and see, and then do the images on that page and watch how the images rank, and watch how that page does too. I think you'll like it a lot. You probably are just yanking me. You're probably like, "Oh, that prick gave up one of my
genuinely
favorites."
I've not heard of that one. Genuinely never heard of that one. Glenart's not heard of it either.
Oh, shit! I should have kept my zipper shut.
Paul Lovell says schema everywhere. Schema everywhere. And great sound advice you guys are giving. Always, Paul. But going back, we've got Jake Scott here. What is the best place to order blog content other than Fiverr and Upwork? Or would you say they are good enough? Personally, I would never use Fiverr for actual blog content. There may be a couple of golden gems on there. Have I ever hired a freelancer from Upwork? I have. You have to dig around. You do have like mycontentpal.com who do a higher quality, but it costs more money. And they do, suffer optimization and all that stuff. So, when it comes to content, I've always found that it's just there is no real best place to go. It's finding a good, solid, reliable person that you can take advantage of for a few months. They always get burned out. They always get sloppy. The standards always dip. That's just a fact, no matter who you are. And you've got to just try different options here. But Fiverr would not be a place I would ever look. Chris, you're not using Fiverr. Please tell me you're not.
No, not for content. Oh, heck no. No. And you hit the nail on the head, because they'll start and they'll have something really good. Like maybe they're doing page optimizer or server optimization. And they'll start with 2 or 3 people, like men or women, that are doing the articles. And the first batches are awesome. The next thing you know is they start cranking up orders. You notice that it goes from 7 days to 15 days. And then when you get it back, you're like, oh my gosh, like, did you even use Surfer?
Did you use anything here?
Yeah,
where did this come from? Shit? Yeah. It's fucking like,
jeez.
Mark Lawrence, right? He's in your group. So Mark hired like his first VA like 6 months ago or whatever it was. And he ordered all this content using this VA. Now, in Mark, like, he's a busy guy. He's doing a bit of this and doing a bit of that. So he didn't read the content for like a month or so until he was ready to put it on. And then he looked at it and he's like, fuck, none of this is usable. He was just like putting it in a folder. And he's like, yeah, I'll get to that. And it was like a month later. And he's just like, this is just not fucking fit for purpose. So he hadn't even checked it. I hope he doesn't mind me telling that story, but too late now, Mark. But yeah, you need to keep your eye on the ball, man, or you're going to get a fucking big pile of shit coming to your door.
He is busy, though. He keeps himself busy as hell.
Dude, fuck it, I'm going to tell you this story. So Mark's big into his GMB thing, and he's got personas, and he's building up his local guide score and all that stuff, right? Yep. Do you know what this dude's doing, right? Every Wednesday, he goes out a walk. He's into keeping fit, and he walks to, there's a local graveyard, because he stays like 2 streets away from me. There's a local graveyard. He goes around the graveyard taking pictures of gravestones and then uploading them, and it's 10 points. It's 10 points a picture, obviously, for the Google local guide. Yeah. Honest to God, it's in my WhatsApp, like, dude, look at this, look at that. And you're like, dude, come on. And then today he went to a local park and he's taking pictures of those memorial benches with someone's name on it. Like, someone's grandpa
dedicated
or
by, or
that is how he's getting his local guide score up.
Wow.
I'm like,
Good
dude,
idea.
are you fucking taking the piss? But he actually showed me screenshots that I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like, what the fuck? Of all the things, like, don't get me wrong, I've done it. Like, I've been in a city centre and I'm taking pictures of all the hotels, upload them, boom. But fucking gravestones, man, that's a new one in me.
Yeah, that's another level.
Yeah. Either that or he's got some gravestone fetish. But anyway, he's
That's
outed. Sorry, Mark, when you watch this. But back to Jack Keeling. He's a one-man band, consultant, side hustle. So Jack was looking for advice getting into digital. One-man band, consultant, side hustle. I think what Scott Latham said, go white label. Sell someone else's shit. Why would you want to do all the work yourself? Like, if you can get a bunch of good suppliers, whether it's content, links, whatever, and just charge for it, and be the consultant and just delegate all the legwork, would be a great angle. I think go white label is a good option. But Chris, you've been there, consultant, side hustling. Any good tips or advice how to get work and structure yourself?
Yeah, I've tried all different ways. I don't if you're looking for a side hustle doing consultancy, I think that takes time, brand, and trust, right? So I don't know if that would be the angle. However, to have side projects that you're working on and you dedicate 2 to 3 hours a night on, maybe in an affiliate space, or maybe even, a small Shopify store, something along these lines, I think that would be a much better use of your time and resources. That way, not only can you learn and practice, but the payoff in a longer time span will be a lot better. Because I think as far as like consultancy as a side hustle, I think that there's a lot of trust there that needs to be built. That's not something you can just enter into the marketplace and start. It's relatively difficult, because I see Facebook ads all the time, and it's like, I've never even seen your face before. Why would I give you $500 to essentially help me inside my business? I wouldn't. So I don't know. I wouldn't do that as a side hustle. But as far as like maybe affiliate or e-commerce, to dip your feet and then just know this is a long plan. Plus I could dedicate time at the end of the day on it. I really like that a lot better personally for me. So that would be my best advice.
I think you hit the nail on the head though, Chris, when you say, you can't and probably don't want to begin in trying to be a consultant when you're, I don't know how new you are to the industry or anything like that, but I think positioning yourself there is probably not the best thing to do just now, because it could go south very, very quickly and put yourself under a lot of pressure and stuff like that. I think for me, I would be, as a hustler, I'd be looking to learn on someone else's dime, basically, and take on a few lower end gigs, try and master GMBs. That's what we all done. And when I say we, Chris and many others that I've spoken to for a prolonged period of time, was learning on the job and doing research and everything else, doing it slowly before you position yourself as a consultant. Because as a consultant, when someone comes to me and says, Craig, this is wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, I've fucking blown everything up before, to the point where I can literally just answer what's wrong, boom, 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 like that. And if you're caught short on any occasion, and again, I passed myself off as a consultant when I wasn't ready to, and I have been caught short and looked very foolish and felt very foolish as well. So I think trying to get yourself a few clients, understand where you want to be, again, because people in digital marketing position themselves, like Paul Lovell, for example, has positioned himself very differently from, say, Randy Roday, two guys in the audience. Paul does his thing. Randy's positioned himself as a PR guy. Paul deals with e-com schema, technical things and all that stuff. So it's two different guys you would go to. So if someone says PR, you're just like Randy Roday. Paul, go there. And it's what do you want to position yourself, or what do you enjoy, or what are you actually good at? It's like, you know, Chris, you're quite prominent with the GMB stuff, you know, and why not just master that little segment, and fully understand how it all works and how it breaks and how it blows up and whatever else you've done over the period of time, and understand that, and then evolve, move on to something else, move on to something else, move on to something else, and before you know it, you're a pretty grounded marketer. So I would be learning on other people's time, and also where to position yourself in the industry. As I say, all great people here in the chat, and you know, in the industry in general, and they've all positioned themselves, you know, as an affiliate dude or content guy or whatever. So there's enough money for us all. It's just what part of it you hate. Like, I couldn't ever be a content guy. I fucking hate content. You know, and I just hate the whole thing round about it, like managing all those VAs and stuff. I would just, you know, it's not for me. I can't do it. It wouldn't work. I'm too volatile for it. So yeah, hopefully that gives you a bit of an answer. But if you get anything else you want to add to that, Chris?
No, but that's, yeah, man, because you'll get, I've gotten some wild, you know, you'll have somebody book you out, and yeah, man, you know, make sure you know your stuff before you start positioning yourself to, because I'll get you in there with the team and you're working and you're like, wait a minute here. Like, these guys are freaking crazy. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing here, guys. So
listen, I've done like training and consultancy for guys who've literally been in that position. They're just like, dude, I'm out my depth. Like, fucking help me. And you're like, what? So yeah,
I've taken on good paying stuff that's why I started saying, like, I don't know anything about e-commerce stuff, because you get in there and you're like, guys, I know you booked me out for the next 6 months, but really I cannot be of service here. You know, and that, you know, that feeling of like, uh-oh. Yeah, I know that feeling. I know it well. So
as
yeah,
Adam Poland says, fake it till you make it. Listen, I've been in these positions. It's fucking not comfortable, man. But I can look back at it and laugh now. But yeah, it's all fun and games. But on that note, guys, we are out of time. But please do check out Mr. Chris Palmer SEO on YouTube. Give him a bit of love, posting amazing videos as always. Do give the video a like, and obviously subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And do check out ODYS. They have that 50% cashback offer on for Black Friday, which is live now. And finally, check out the Black Friday deals page that I've got, where you've got a whole bunch of stuff, including Randy Roday and his press releases. And you can message him, email him, harass him, whatever. He's there to be harassed. So ask whatever questions you want. David Hennessy is always quick and responsive and very approachable. And Jack, good luck. And guys, hope you all have an amazing Thanksgiving for those of you in America. And we will catch you next week. Same time.
See you in the next one. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.